Today's report from the government is expected to show that America's 40-year high inflation has already peaked. The big question now, when will prices start dropping? Analysts predict the report will show an inflation rate of 8.1% last month, a decrease from 8.5% in March. But some economists warn core inflation, which excludes food and gas prices, could stay high for months.
I want every American to know that I'm taking inflation very seriously.
Stimulus checks are finally going out. Which states are sending them out? How much are you going to get? And when are they going to hit your account? All this information in this video. Stay tuned because you don't want to miss. Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome to the best show for your stimulus and news update. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to become part of the True Life Investing family. And while you're at it, go ahead and smash that like button. So before we get into some stimulus news, what is monkeypox? And should you worry? Who's gonna get it and who's already got it? Well, believe it or not, it is a true virus that several people have already gotten. They're saying around 80 people entire in the world right now. Should you worry? Should you fear? Well, it's not as bad as they're making it sound. Now, don't get me wrong. Monkeypox is a disease caused by a virus in the same family as smallpox, but it's not as severe. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, monkeypox can result in a death in as many as 1 to 10 people. So it is bad, but it's not severe. Monkeypox is spread through close contact with people, animals, or material infected with the virus. It enters the body through the broken skin, the respiratory tract, the eyes, nose, and mouth. Through human-to-human transmission is believed to occur through the respiratory droplets as well. That method requires prolonged face-to-face contact because the droplets can travel more than a few feet. So make sure to keep some Lysol with you. If you wear a mask, it wouldn't be a bad idea in a big crowd, and to keep a bottle of hand sanitizer with you at all times. Now, monkeypox, it usually begins with symptoms similar to the flu, including a fever, a headache, muscle aches, chills, exhaustion, and swollen lymph nodes. Within 1 to 3 days of the onset of a fever, patients develop a rash that begins on the face and spreads to the other part of the bodies. This illness usually lasts for about 2 to 4 weeks. You know, that kind of virus doesn't sound as bad as the coronavirus, but you always want to make sure to stay safe, guys. You want to be protected, so make sure that you're washing your hands and taking the necessary precautions to stay safe and healthy. All right, now for the stimulus check information. If you're ready for more money, then smash that like button and hashtag the word more money. So the coronavirus pandemic brought unprecedented stimulus to American businesses and workers to the tune of trillions of dollars. Stimulus payments came in waves, and as the pandemic lengthened, it almost seemed as if the government would continue just to print out more money forever and bail out the economy. But even as the widespread mask mandates and travel restrictions remained in place, the American economy enjoyed a sharp and rapid recovery. Combined with the $1 trillion of the stimulus money in the system, inflation exploded in the early 2022 to levels not seen in decades. But what does this mean for additional stimulus payments in the spring of 2022? Well, guys, after doing a lot of research, if inflation was not so high, then it would make things a lot easier. I'm so happy that COVID is not as crazy as it was back then, but it still seems as if we're dealing with the repercussions. I have a video here that kind of lets us know where we are at in America. Check this out. Take a watch.
Today's report from the government is expected to show that America's 40-year high inflation has already peaked. The big question now, when will prices start dropping? Analysts predict the report will show an inflation rate of 8.1% last month, a decrease from 8.5% in March. But some economists warn core inflation, which excludes food and gas prices, could stay high for months.
I want every American to know that I'm taking inflation very seriously.
President Biden says fighting inflation is his top domestic priority, but Tuesday suggested things could still get worse.
How long do you think it will be until we see prices coming down?
I'm not going to predict that. Some say it's going to increase next year, but there's others say by the end of this year you're going to see it come down by the calendar year. I don't know.
The president pointed to several steps his administration has taken to lower prices, but blamed pandemic disruptions and the war in Ukraine for rising prices. His critics say inflation also stems from the Biden administration's overspending.
He said today, for example, as you pointed out, that he bears no responsibility whatsoever for inflation. I think most Americans are thinking right. And Jimmy Hoffa died of natural causes. Also, the stripper really likes you.
Meanwhile, inflation is hammering voters ahead of November's midterm elections, like Adele in California, who recently turned to food assistance with grocery prices up 10% in the last year.
My Social Security is what I live on, and sometimes I don't have enough food by the end of the month.
And Flor Torres in Maryland now working 2 jobs to cover the cost of gas.
I try to budget myself as much as I can. Lately, I've been using the credit cards, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
With the negative economic news piling up, Republicans are poised to take control of Congress in the fall.
We've got the highest gas prices ever. We've got low labor participation. We've got a GDP that's declining. So, he doesn't have any ideas. He was confusing. He put up no ideas what he's going to get done.
Isn't that mind-blowing? How could we drop so far so fast? Well, when it comes to a federal stimulus checks going out, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. From March 2020 to February 2022, the U.S. government injected roughly $5 trillion in stimulus money into the economy. Of that, roughly 1.8 trillion went directly to individuals and families, while another 1.7 trillion went to businesses. But the federal government appetite for more direct stimulus is kind of waning because the Biden administration seems focused primarily on infrastructure spending, while many economists warn that additional stimulus would only accelerate the rise in inflation, which hit an astonishing 8.5% in March 2022. Until this trend kind of reverses, the federal stimulus is likely on pause, but it may not be over completely. Although the federal government seems to be out of a stimulus business for the time being, many states have picked up the ball and are running with their own stimulus proposals, although not all will be approved. Here's what some of the states are working on to get their residents more aid. So guys, let's jump on the screen to see all this information. Okay, so we have the state of California. The state of California has run a surplus for the past 2 years, and residents have benefited. In 2021 and early 2022, the state sent out 2 rounds of direct stimulus checks to residents, and in 2022, Governor Gavin Newsom has proposed sending out debit cards in the amount of $400 to help offset the rising cost of gas. Residents would receive 1 card per car owned, up to a limit of 2, or $800 per household, with payments coming as early as July. So if you guys can see that a payment of $400 to $800, 2 per household, guys, this is for the state of California, and this is what they're doing, and they're trying to get it pushed by July. Illinois, Democrats in Illinois are proposing stimulus checks that would arrive in residents' mailboxes by September, amounting to $100 per person and $50 per child in each household. This proposal would provide up to $300 in tax relief checks, the suspension of grocery taxes and gas tax increase for 6 months and a freeze on school supply taxes for 10 days in August. This is going to help those out with the school supplies, the kiddos, getting you guys just some sort of relief as the kids get ready to go back to school. But I'm glad that Illinois is doing something, but they're literally trying to plan ahead to get things moving now. Idaho. Residents in Idaho will get rebate checks or direct deposits amounting to the greater of 12% of their 2020 taxes, or $75. So Idaho is not offering much, but they are offering something, and yet this goes based off your 2020 taxes. So Idaho proposed these $75 checks or something to get you guys some relief. It may not be much, but it is still better than nothing. They didn't give us a date. They just said that they're trying to work on it now. Maine. The governor of Maine, Janet Mills, has proposed sending state residents stimulus checks of $850. They will come from the state's $682 million surplus. So Maine, we already know that they're sending out the $850 stimulus checks to their residents, but there is no time frame set right now. They've already got good things in motion, but when they will be released, there's no updated information yet. But don't worry, I'll stay on top of it just for you guys, because you guys are awesome. New Mexico, my home state. New Mexico residents who file joint returns and have incomes under $150,000 will receive a one-time tax rebate of $500. Single filers with incomes of under $75,000 are eligible for a $250 rebate. Other credits include a $1,000 full-time hospital nurses, a refundable child tax credit up to $175 per child, a 3-year partial income tax exemption for military retirees, an extension on solar market tax credit equal to 10% of a qualifying purchase, and installation costs. So again, guys, with New Mexico, they've got all this information. They're wanting to get you guys a one-time tax rebate of $500 if you're a couple and you're doing joint, or if you're a single, it's $250. But then they're wanting to add some more things for the military, for solar panel, if you have a child. So this is some really good information. Now, is there a set date? No, there's not. But this is the information that they're getting. Indiana lawmakers approved an expansion of the state's $125 stimulus payments to residents to make about 450,000 low-income residents also eligible. So Indiana is getting you guys $125 for low income. It's not much, but definitely it's a help. Anything helps, right? I hope it does. Look, guys, this information, again, all the information that I've been giving you guys, there is no hard date, but they did get it approved, and several of these states have proposed, have got it approved, but they haven't given a hard date as to when things will actually go out. Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp recently signed a stimulus payments for Georgia residents into law. These one-time refunds will be $250 for single taxpayers or married filing separately, $375 for the head of households, and $500 for joint filers. Again, guys, nothing set in stone. There's no date giving here. This information is all from today. New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy has proposed sending out $500 stimulus checks to low-income taxpayers who filed using a tax identification number rather than a social security number in an effort to include undocumented immigrants. Guys, you know, how that sounds is how it sounds. That's the reality that we live in. But for the state of New Jersey, this is something that they're trying to get you guys out a $500 stimulus check. It has been proposed. It has not been approved, but it's something that they are working on now. Virginia legislators are hashing out the details of a potential $300 stimulus check to all Virginia taxpayers. Two other proposed bills are looking to reduce or eliminate the state's grocery tax and suspend the state's 26.2-cent gas tax for 1 year. Now, Virginia, this is not a bad idea, because for you guys that drive every day and spend a lot of gas, cutting that grocery tax and that gas tax would actually save you more money than just a one-time small payment, right? So let us know, guys, how this all sounds. If it's your state that I've brought up in this information, let us know how you feel about it. I mean, look, guys, it's better than the states not doing anything, because there are several out there who haven't done anything just yet. New York, they propose a property tax rebate ranging from $425 to $970 for low and middle income households in the state, in addition to other actions, including tax relief for businesses. The state is also implementing a suspension of the state tax on motor fuels through December. Again, guys, there's nothing that's been set in stone, but it's these kind of things that they're trying to propose but haven't got it passed just yet. Hawaii. In January, Governor David Ige proposed a $100 refund for all taxpayers and dependents. In April, the Hawaii House Committee on Finance upped the ante, approving $300 stimulus checks for taxpayers earning less than $100,000 or $100 for those making more of that. Again, guys, they're proposing. The good thing is they jumped it up. They pretty much doubled it to $300 per resident, and they're trying to get this thing passed. It's proposed. It's still in the works. And now remember, they still have a good year before something has to be set in stone. So that's why it doesn't seem like they're rushing too fast. I just wish they would hurry up, because many people need help right now. So those are the states currently that have the most up-to-date information, as far as they're the most further along than any other state when it comes to a fourth stimulus check. Guys, I hope that that information helped. Many of you guys were asking for some more information, so I really wanted to break down and give you guys the time just to really see what is on the screen, all this information that I'm seeing, so that way you can be updated on every single state, when they're going to send it, how much they're going to send, and which states are actually making something happen. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions or if you need additional information. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to enter in to win a huge prize with us when we hit 70,000 subscribers, okay? It's going to be amazing. Information is down below, and you can also enter in to win a $50 Visa gift card. All that information, all you got to do, guys, is just smash that like button and comment the word Visa gift card for your chance to win. It's free. It's simple. Why not? I hope that this information helped. I hope you guys got a good laugh. And again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to become part of this family. Stay tuned for more videos to come. And until next time, I'm John Miro.